Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to the review of Rage Against the Machine, the debut studio album of the band Rage Against the Machine. Today we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the record, so I've decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. I've been a massive fan of this band since the day I was born because everyone in my family loved this band. Except the mother, she hated the vocals for some reason. So everyone at the house was just blasting this band every day. I think we had all of their records on the cassette tapes. So Rage Against the Machine is a band from Los Angeles formed in 1991. What's interesting about them is the fact that there were no member changes. It's always Zach on the vocals, Tom on the guitars, Tim on the bass and Brad on the drums. They've recorded a demo album in 1991 and sold it at their shows for like $5. The demo became quite a success and a lot of labels decided to pursue this band. Rage chose Epic and a year later they've released this album. The production here is tight. The producer for this record is Garth Richardson. His production here is punchy but clean at the same time. The message is diverse. This band is well known for their left-wing ideals, stuff against racism, capitalism. I love these lyrics because they inspire you to think for yourself, and I think that a lot of people, especially nowadays, need that kind of thing. Structure of the music is pretty basic, standard verse, chorus, bridge, solo, chorus. Sometimes there's a bridge at the end after the chorus or maybe a small outro, it depends on the song. The music of this band can be categorized as a rap metal stuff, but it also has that funk spirit in it. The album starts with bump track, amazing build up at the beginning, the guitar riffs are just legendary, the bassist is wonderful, I love everything he does on this record. Every bass part that happens here is interesting and memorable. Same with the guitar riffs. The vocalist Zach is just straight up murdering it with his vocals. I love his screaming especially because the rap stuff, it's great, it's passionate, full of emotions, but those screams here are just on another level. I don't have a favorite part of this song because I just love every single second of it. 11 out of 10, legendary stuff. Killing in the Name is probably the song that I've heard too many times, not just because of GTA San Andreas, but even before the game was released. This song is just very popular. Same with System of a Down, Chop Suey. These are the kind of songs that just burn into your brain and they cannot leave it. The lyrics here are about police brutality in the USA. To me it's a classic song, 11 out of 10. Take the Power Back is another banger. I love the verses here, especially the guitar riffs. The whole energy this song has, it just makes you want to move. The guitar solo is just as good as on the previous two songs. Another 11 out of 10 from me. Settle for Nothing is a track that wasn't present on the demo album. I love the atmosphere of this track and especially the chorus, which is full of anger and screaming. But I think it's the weakest song on the record. I wish it was removed. It's not bad, but it's just not on the same level as all of the other songs. Still a great track. 8 out of 10. Bullet in the Head is another savage song. What's funny here is that this is the exact same version that appeared on the demo album. The only difference here is that the verses were re-recorded when it comes to the vocals. This is another song that screams that it's straight from the 90s. I love the guitar solos here, that fun wakaka 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 part. The lyrics are heavy hitting. It's about how the media manipulate you. Typical stuff. It's funny that most of these tracks are more relatable nowadays than they were in the 90s. Amazing song. We got a bullet in your head! The vocals here are just my favorite part. 11 out of 10. Know Your Enemy was my favorite song when I was like 4 years old because of that main guitar riff. This is my favorite part probably on the whole album. And the guitar solo. It's my favorite guitar solo on the record as well. Even today it sounds very original and one of a kind. The track also features Maynard from the progressive metal band Tool. His vocals here are classic. I remember hearing this song for the first time when I was 4 and I was like screaming, "Whoa, it's the guy from Tool!" Because in my family we also loved the Tool band for some reason. Classic song, one of the best. I am not a big fan of the outro here, just repeating the American Dream line. It wasn't as good as everything else on this track, but still this is a legendary banger, 11 out of 10. Wake Up has the darkest vibe when it comes to all of the tracks on the record. I just love the beginning here. I don't want to repeat myself here like I do with every song, so I will just say that every single second of this track is amazing. My favorite part here is where Zach is screaming his lungs out with that wake up line, "Wake up!" And I remember when I've watched the Matrix movie for the first time and the movie ends with this song and I was like, hell yeah, this is the best song that you could have chosen for the ending of a movie. 11 out of 10. Fistful of Steel. Dum, do 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 dum. Another banger through and through. I just love the guitar riff in the verse. It kinda sounds like a chicken or screaming woman. Another classic that I will never forget about. 11 out of 10. Township Rebellion. Dum, 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 wah, wah, wah. I just love the melodies on this album. Another banger. It kinda reminds me of Wake Up in some parts. The guitar solo here is straight out of this world. I forgot to talk about the solo in Fistful of Steel as well. Every solo on this record is just beautiful. 11 out of 10 track. And the final song, Freedom. It's my favorite track on this record. I just love the beginning of it. These noises that Zach is doing, whoa, or something. It's like he's a Crash Bandicoot character. Wow! Amazing instrumental work here, but the icing of the cake here are the vocals and the lyrics, which talk about native tribes in the USA. Very important song with a strong message, same as all of the previous ones. My favorite part here is that final breakdown, where Zach has basically a mental breakdown screaming freedom. These true emotions that were displayed on this song will carry on forever. The line "anger is a gift" is so iconic to me that I've actually wrote a song called "Anger is a Gift" on my Aku project, the Eternal Sun album. I was just inspired by this stuff. Amazing work, 11 out of 10. That's the end of the record, but we also have some B-sides to go through. The first one is called Darkness. It's a re-recording of the song Darkness of Greed from the first demo album. It was featured on the Crow soundtrack. It's a movie with Brandon Lee, classic stuff, go watch it. This song is about AIDS or some shit. It has a very dark atmosphere. I wish it was on the record instead of Settle for Nothing. I love everything about this song, but I am not that big fan of the solo here. Every other solo from Rage Against the Machine is way better than this one. This song deserves a better guitar solo. 10 out of 10. Clear the Lane is another song from the first demo that didn't make the cut for the album. I really like the heavy vibe that it has. It's full of energy and interesting, great verses here. The chorus is more melodic, I would say. It's just a good song, not on the same level as the tracks from the album. 8 out of 10. Autologic is a weird track. It also didn't make the cut for the album. It's too melodic for my taste, especially the chorus. The chorus is just weird, even the vocals are weird. Everything else, the verses and the solo, were really fun to listen to, but that chorus is just meh. 7 out of 10. Darkness of Greed is just the first version of the Darkness song. The only difference here between that version is that it has a different solo, and this solo is actually good. I enjoy it. I wonder why it was changed on the next version. So you can either listen to the Darkness song, which has a way better overall quality of the instruments and the vocals, or listen to this one, which has a better solo, but the quality is not that good. It's still 10 out of 10. Mindset at Shred is a very interesting song because it has a lot of parts that were later reused for other Rage Against the Machine songs. So the verses here have fun vocals, the vibe of them is very similar to Bump Track and Freedom Song, but the beginning of the solo is the same as the track Bullet in the Head, and the later part of the solo is just Wake Up. I really dig this song. It's not on the same level as all the songs that were built from it, but I still enjoy it. 8 out of 10. The Narrows is a good song, but the lyrics here mostly say nothing, to be honest. What's interesting here is that the verse riff from The Narrows was later reused for Fistful of Steel, and that's the best part of the song, so I'm glad they've taken it to build another song around it. This is just a good track, nothing special, 7 out of 10. And the song Hit the Deck is one of the first Rage Against the Machine tracks. It was never featured on the demo album or anywhere else. It was just played once live in 1991. You can find it on YouTube. It sounds good, like another B-side. What's interesting about this song is the fact that the solo was later reused in Killing in the Name. It's fine, 7 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable and the flow is ideal. Replayability, hell yeah, it's a legendary album. This record defined a generation, and to this day I never met a person that did not enjoy it. A perfect masterpiece that will never die, with meaningful lyrics, amazing guitar work which sounds very original to this day, bass lines that carry the songs, and amazing drumming. I'm not even going to mention the vocals because they are just iconic. I wish Zach did more music because we need more vocals from him. So nowadays Rage Against the Machine is touring the world, and I wonder if they will record a new album. I would be happy if they did, because this stuff is just legendary. I remember when my health problems started like 15 years ago and I had to start my recovery sessions, or however you call them in English, and I would listen to this album a lot because it would pick me up and I would find strength in myself to carry on instead of laying in my bed and dying. Classic album. Thank you for watching. Share your memories about this record in the comments, like and subscribe, and I will see you in my other reviews. Bye!